Swivels are high-pressure plumbing fixtures that allow movement between 2 points. The Type 2 1/4-inch plumbing swivel is most commonly used in a 5-axis machine, allowing the plumbing to rotate with the A-axis movement. Water leakage from the swivel body indicates the high-pressure swivel seal is damaged, and that the seal should be replaced. Using the most common application, we will be servicing a swivel utilized on the jet edge 5-axis head assembly. Turn off the ultra-high pressure water supply and bleed the water pressure from the system. The high-pressure water gauge needs to read 0 before proceeding. If there is a high-pressure hand valve available, turn the hand valve clockwise until it stops. Use the pendant to move the swivel to a more accessible position. Remove any covers and clamps. Disconnect the high-pressure line that connects the 3/8 swivel to the 1/4-inch swivel on top of the A-axis motor using the appropriate wrenches. Remove the high-pressure line that connects the cutting head to the collar of the manifold extension tube using the appropriate wrenches. Pull the swivel and manifold extension tube out of the A-axis motor assembly. Clamp the swivel assembly in a vise with non-marring jaws to avoid damaging the swivel housing. Using 2 wrenches, disconnect the manifold extension tube from the swivel. Remove the collar and gland from the swivel shaft. Using an appropriately sized wrench, loosen and unthread the seal housing from the swivel body. Pull the swivel shaft out of the swivel body to remove the seal retainer and swivel shaft and high-pressure swivel seal. The high-pressure swivel seal might stay in the seal housing. If so, use a wood screw to thread into the plastic and remove. Do not use a sharp tool, like a pick. Discard the high-pressure swivel seal. Remove the thrust bearing and thrust washers. Clean all the swivel parts with a degreasing solution. Carefully inspect all parts for wear. Replace any damaged parts. Apply a light coat of general-purpose grease to the thrust bearing, thrust washers, and swivel shaft. Assemble the thrust bearing and thrust washers on the swivel shaft, with 1 thrust washer on either side of the thrust bearing. Apply precision lube to the swivel shaft where it contacts the seal retainer. Place the seal retainer on the swivel shaft. Apply a light coat of high-pressure lubricant to the high-pressure seal. Then slide the high-pressure seal onto the swivel shaft so that it rests on the seal retainer. The O-ring side of the seal should be facing away from the seal retainer. Apply precision lube to the threads of the seal housing. Insert the shaft seal assembly into the seal housing carefully. Place the swivel seal housing into the body. Tighten the seal housing using a vise and appropriate size wrench. Clean the high-pressure gland nut and retainer, and apply precision lubricant to the threads of the nut and the swivel shaft. Install the gland nut over the shaft, and turn the collar counter clockwise onto the threads. Ensure that there are 3 threads showing past the collar. Thread the swivel assembly into the manifold extension tube. Tighten using 2 wrenches. Install the swivel manifold assembly through the A-axis motor. Clean and reapply precision lube to the swivel-to-swivel high-pressure fittings and collar. Install the tube into the collar, noting the orientation to make the metal-to-metal seal with the cone angle. Tighten all the high-pressure lines to 10 to 15 foot-pounds with the correct wrenches. Open the high-pressure hand valve, if equipped. Start the intensifier pump at minimum pressure, no greater than 10,000 psi. Turn the water tool on and gradually raise the pump output to operating pressure and check for leaks. Close the water tool and check for leaks at maximum static pressure. With the machine in a static condition, move the machine to allow the swivel to rotate while checking for leaks. If there are no issues seen, turn the intensifier pump off using standard practices, and install any covers that were removed to gain access.